What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode of Fallout Craft. We're in Diamond City today making some updates, so let's get started on some work and I'll let you in on everything that's been going down. Rightio, so we're over here in Diamond City. And for those of you that don't know what Diamond City is, it's basically a little city that's been built within a baseball stadium. You can find this in Fallout 4 and it's based off of Boston's Fenway Park. Right there's the green monster, which is the infamous, or the, not infamous, the famous scoreboard, as they call it, the green monster, because it's green and large. And there's actually a quest in Fallout 4 where you have to find green paint to refresh it. There's a settler who's been trying to repaint the scoreboard. It's actually quite funny. But we're over here just kind of updating, going around, changing out the wool blocks for better looking blocks. So I'm going to try and just do that by swapping out the wool for green terracotta, strip jungle blocks, and jungle planks in the vast and texture pack, because they all have this very nice kind of similar color to it, which kind of just makes everything stick nicely. So I'm over here and I need to just build stuff up in any way shape I can. I'm going to try to get variations of textures with this stripped log, because I can hide the rings by placing it like this, or show them off by placing it like that, or I can even mismatch the pattern by placing it horizontally or vertically like this one here. So these are just little techniques that I'm actually using to just kind of make the pattern a little bit more varied in this build. It's okay if things go next to each other in some ways, because you can only just mismatch so much to create variety. Alright, so here's a really good example of what we're doing. Here is the wool blocks right here. This is green wool, and then we have the new blocks that I'm swapping out. When I built Diamond City up, I used just wool blocks for everything, because it was kind of like a dirty block, right? We did this in 1.11, I believe it was, when the color update came out. I think it was the color update. Wool is great for things like this, in my opinion. Awnings, other things. It's just fantastic, right? The problem with it in other situations is it just looks very bland when you use it for a building overall. Like, this just looks plain. By providing this textural variety, it makes things a little bit more interesting. You know, there's more things going on, especially with post-apocalyptic builds. So that's what we're kind of doing. We're just kind of coming back, getting rid of some of this wool block. And if you choose to do what I'm doing here, but you can also just kind of keep random wool blocks about too, just to kind of give it that extra pop, or just that extra difference. There's no harm in that. Now I'm using the vast and texture pack, so things are going to be looking a little bit different for myself. But you can totally do this in any texture pack. It should work just fine. Now I'm just going to quickly put some terracotta down just like this to give an overall feel for it. And then I'm going to go and remove that one, because you can see in this corner we've got kind of like a situation going. So if I just leave that there, you can see there's a lot of terracotta. I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to probably place down the stripped log going vertically, because I've got the rings here, I've got the rings here, so this will just provide a nice variation here in this corner. Then of course I can go back. I'm going to leave these two terracotta, come here and bring a ring right there, so it creates this difference diagonally. And to just kind of provide a little bit more variation, I'm going to put down these planks for the stripes, and there you go. I think that's good enough for what it is. Now eventually we'll come back, do the brown, but for now let's just keep going with the green as we discuss what's happening in this episode. A really good example too of what I did to update some things here now that we have 1.17.1 and there's more blocks available. This bus had, what was it? Was it bedrock? It wasn't bedrock. No, it was definitely not bedrock, because we built this in survival. It was the black wool. It had, yeah, because this was like jet black. You could barely see. It was like looking into the abyss. That's right. So we were using this wool block, black wool, and it's just so dark, right? So I decided to come back. We tried the deep slate, we tried the blackstone, polished chiseled blackstone, we tried the iron block, because these are really great blocks. They have this kind of ring shape except for that one. So we kind of determined this was looking good. I think we also tried the chiseled bricks, and we also have the netherite. So you can kind of see these blocks are really good for tires or wheels, because it has like this border type thing going on right here in every block, right? You have this little border going on with this texture pack, of course. And then of course you add buttons to it, and I think those look like pretty cool wheels. Now of course this looks a little bit too kind of bluish and purplish, so I didn't use that. This of course is too light, and I really like both of these actually, but I like this one has like a little bit of a thicker tire on it. This might be good for like low profile wheels. So I stuck with this, changed it out on the bus, and now the bus has some pretty cool wheels. There's even, I just found this out, there's a netherite or a blackstone button, which kind of looks neat too. I do like that, but I like how the stone button pops out more, so we use that to update those. So there's just little details like that that you can go around to really just kind of push your builds a little bit more. And this of course is the schoolhouse. It's got a school bus on top of the building. But you can see where we've been updating a lot of the blocks. So let's get back to that. All right, so I'm down here at the greenhouse. I believe this has, yeah, the little micro wheat field in it. I'm looking at this now and I'm wondering, a lot of the buildings here are pretty square shaped. And I kind of want to go back to Fallout 4 and just run through Diamond City and see what the shapes are of a lot of the structures here. We've got a lot of these like trailer homes that are on top of the buildings. You know, like these. I wonder if I should swap these out for stone blocks, kind of like what we did over here for the radio building. That's inside of a trailer too. This looks so plain. We're gonna have to update these as well, because you know, it looks great, the shape looks great, but it being one consistent block, it just looks so plain. We've really got our work cut out for us here. So maybe providing a little bit of shape, just like that, even that kind of helps the corner of a building a little bit. Then we can even go back and just kind of, well, where you can, this opens up this corner tremendously. But even if we don't do that, even if we just keep this corner like this, we can grab maybe some trap doors, right? And by putting trap doors down, or maybe let's choose the acacia ones. Let's choose the acacia. There you go. This matches the brown a little bit better. Look at that. This immediately adds a little bit more shape. Then we can go back, of course, and we can create a little bit of a border on top of the roof. Look at that. That just gave this a lot more shape. I think that's going to look really good. So there's little details that I'm going to have to go back to and kind of look at. For right now, I'm going to remove these, because I need to update all the wool blocks first. And then once we update all the blocks, maybe what we'll do is come back and see how we can push the shape even further. So that's kind of a little bit of a good process there. You don't want to do shape and then change out the blocks, because then you're just going to give yourself a bit of a headache. Let's change the block outs first and then worry about shape afterwards. So let's see, I've got a sign here. I'm going to hold down Control and middle mouse button in Creative, of course. And now I've just kind of copied the sign with the text on it. So I'm going to hold on to that so I can get rid of this now. And then I'm going to actually remove these blocks. Let's put this here. I can put the sign back. There we go. And I'm going to put these blocks there. So already that's going to look cool. And I can't believe I built this with just this simple block palette. I need to really do some work here. Even this corner can be improved. And because we're in the vast and texture pack, I've got to update things like this. The brown carpets are dirt. So I think maybe some gray carpets might look a little bit cool here. Or maybe even... what do we have? Let's see. Carpet, 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 carpet. Alright, so you can see some of these carpets are actually swapped out. So I think dark gray might be best. If I get rid of that, place it down. That kind of makes it look like there's no dirt on top, which is fine. Or what could be done is I can grab a trap door and I can put the trap doors down too. And this looks great color-wise, but it also provides for some shape too, for this kind of like covered area. And if you want to provide a little bit more variety with this, you can then even switch up the orientation of those trap doors to swap out or kind of move around the pattern a bit. Looks cool. I like it. Bam. All right, cool. That looks good. I like that. Eventually, what you probably could do with the stairs as well is swap out spots like this. It creates a little bit of an indentation in the wall. It kind of looks really good too. I do like that. So those are little details that we can worry about later as well. I got to be careful with the awnings above me because we're using string to kind of hold up the carpets. So I don't want to knock those down by mistake. But you can see here as well is where I put the trap doors instead of the brown wool. And that just kind of, I think it looks good. I think it looks good. And because this is such a chill series and you guys are liking it for that reason, if you guys got questions for things, if you guys have questions for how to do things, or you just like the way I did something and you're curious about it, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer any questions, help you guys out with your builds, just, you know, give you feedback on things. You can join my Discord community. We can hang out there, get help there. There's just so much you can do to just be more involved, so don't be scared to reach out. I try to build a great and welcoming community, and hopefully my current Discord members can vouch for that. Okay, and just like that, that building up there on that structure is actually done. And you can kind of see side by side just what that looks like and what the wool looks like, and you can see it's a very big difference. I kind of favor this for apocalypse type buildings. Random patterns look fantastic. When it's all uniform and stuff, it kind of starts to feel like a blank kind of canvas or like a modern build. Everything just kind of is very smooth, and that's not great for apocalypse type buildings. Now this has also been bugging me back here too, this red nether brick. I feel like that needs to be just regular brick. Right, so let's take a look at that. So we got our bricks here. I'm going to just get rid of this and we're going to build this up. I feel like that, I don't know why, I feel like that looks better. I think eventually we're going to swap this out too. So I'm going to leave this here. And that is going to get done. Now we also got a bunch of copper blocks in these builds. There's a good variety of copper blocks. And this is going to be amazing stuff for, say, the roofs. Right? So, wait, we got another one down here. Waxed copper. We've got a bunch of waxed oxidized. Let's do this, because I don't want things changing. Waxed, waxed, waxed. How close in color are these to the prismarine? Let's get some sun. Where's some sunlight? I need some sunlight. Let's look at this with some proper sunlight on this wall. Look at this. Okay, here we go. Oh man. That is going to look great. We should be blending these blocks into the outer structure of the Diamond City. I'm losing my words here. Baseball stadium. So we've got the wall here. You know, it's all prismarine. It's different variations of prismarine here, whatever was available, to be honest. But now that we've got these copper blocks that kind of blend in nicely, oh man, we can create some really cool stuff. So I'm actually looking forward to blending those into the prismarine as well. That's gonna look awesome. That's gonna look super, super awesome. And even the copper blocks, some of these copper blocks, they may blend in. They might be a good choice for some columns here. Like these massive columns here, they might look good in copper and maybe some browns or oranges. This is gonna be a big update. I mean, this is a pretty big build here, but this is gonna be a pretty big update. Like maybe copper for this little doghouse might look nice. In fact, that needs to probably get updated as well. There's so much here. There's so much here. Anyways, this is going to be a pretty awesome project to update. Diamond City was built so long ago, and everything is pretty blocky and pretty plain, using so many of the same block types just for one surface, and then updating and introducing so many new blocks is going to be a lot of fun. If you guys have questions, if you guys need help on certain things, or just, you know, are curious about certain methods of building, or you know, just color palettes, block palettes, shapes, things like that. If you guys are curious on how to do things, let me know. Ask me some questions down in the comments field below, and I will be glad to answer your questions during these episodes. So this has been another nice and chill Fallout Craft episode. Soon I'm going to try to jump back into Fallout 4, do a comparison for the Red Rocket Station. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, and we'll update that and then do a comparison, and we'll see how it goes. So again, thank you so much. Check out the description below for links to many of my social medias like Twitter, join my Discord, hit that join button or subscribe button, and thank you guys so much. I look forward to updating Diamond City with you. Until next time, have a great one, stay crafty, and I'll see you later.